Good morning, we're at the TEDx in Leicester and I'm with Simon Cole, who's just given a really brilliant speech. So how was it for you?
It felt slightly different, being very alone on a stage with no script or no dais, but it was fine. I really quite enjoyed it. I do like those sorts of things. The audience is pretty full and they kind of reacted and seemed to be engaged with it. So, and it's been a great experience. It's good to be able to talk about a bit of my personal journey and also the journey of the force, and it was a bit of an honour to be asked to go first, to be honest.
You talked about resilience in a way of coming together as a community. What would you like to see more of in the future and more within Leicester at the next TEDx event?
I think when we work together as a place, we're a fantastic place, and you've seen all sorts of manifestations in that, and it's been mentioned a couple of times already this morning. You know, the parade because the football team won. Ignore the fact about why we were all there. 1 in 4 of the population of the whole of Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland attended that, worked together to make it a joyous celebratory event. It was a fantastic thing. You know, the more we can do that. I think the other thing is there's nothing that we can't deal with by talking. You know, there are all sorts of challenges in the world. We see some of them played out here. You know, I have a role around counter-terrorism. We see a little bit of that played out here. We need to work together on those difficult issues and then celebrate on the celebratory days together as well.
You also talked in there about your challenges of becoming, going into the police force, and I was really surprised by what you were saying about being colourblinded, and the challenges back then must have been really, really difficult than they are now.
Yeah, I mean, look, 1 in 9 men is red-green colourblind. I am red-green colourblind. When I was trying to join the police in the late 80s, for many forces that was an automatic bar. The only force that would even interview me was the West Midlands Police, and that's why I started my career in Birmingham. You know, the force I'm now chief of would not accept me because I'm red-green colourblind, and we've reflected on that over the years, and not just because of me personally, but can you afford to say that 1 in 9 of people are not usable or employable for you for something like that? And we've come to a decision that that's not the right decision. But it's I did want to be a cop, and I used to have a folder just full of rejection letters. So there's something in that about if you want to do something, you've got to find a way and keep going. West Mids took a different view. They knew I was red-green colourblind, but they thought I had some other stuff about me that they were interested in, so they traded it off. It was a tough period of my life because it's all I wanted to do, and I spent several months looking like I wasn't going to be able to do it.
You are clearly passionate, not just about what you do, your job, the people in the community, but also being involved in things like this. So how did you get involved in this TEDx event?
I innocently was sat watching my son play cricket one day when I was swooped upon by a posse who said, "You're Simon, aren't you?" Might be, and it went from there. And it's been great to be involved in it. And the array of speakers is fantastic. Some of the stories you're going to hear are amazing. Some of the stories that I know are coming later in the day are just phenomenal. And you've got people like Matt Hampson, a guy who was heading for probably international sporting stardom, and who broke his neck and finished, as he is now, in a wheelchair. And Matt will be amazing. I've heard him speak before. So it's really important that Leicester celebrates what a great place it is and the fantastic people that there are within it. The nature of the world is sometimes I'm dealing with people with microphones looking at negative stuff. Well, let's look at the positive stuff. It's a great place. It's got a lot going for it, and let's make those things that are going for it even more in number.
Well, you were clearly a force to be reckoned with in there, and the energy on stage was really nice, and I think the humour that came across from how you were talking and engaging with people, that just shows about making sure the message is clearer, and I think that's what you did. So how would you encourage more people to get involved in TEDxLeicester next year?
Well, obviously, this is all going to be online. People can have a look. People can suggest people, I guess, who can speak, because there are an array of people talking today from all sorts of different backgrounds and disciplines. I think the cross-pollination across those is just fantastic. I'm kind of looking forward to being able to go back in and listen to some of what other people are saying, because there are people there talking about things that I don't think I know about, and I probably ought to.
Simon, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, listening to you, and I look forward to finding out more about you later on today. Thank you for your time.
No, thanks a lot. It's been a great event. It's all quite exciting, isn't it? Thank you.
Enjoy the day. Thank you.